Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. It has been months since I've played this game, and sad news. I was having some problems with my GPU, graphic processing unit. They updated the driver, and it caused all kinds of issues. And my favorite game right now, which is Roadcraft, kept crashing about every 10 minutes, and it took me about a week to figure out exactly uh, the right settings to get it to not crash. And I played for a few hours this morning and didn't crash once. So things are looking up. However, one of the things I did in the process was to restore my computer back to factory settings, thinking that might solve a little gremlin or something, a little glitch. That didn't fix it, and I lost my saved game for this. I've tried to restore it, tried to find it. For some reason, I did not have it set up to be saving to the cloud. So what that means, oh my gosh, what that means. I don't own this truck. That's what that means. I have a whole series. I played this for many, many hours and was really into it for a while. So I have a whole series of videos on this game. And I had my own truck decked out in Coca-Cola colors, which I thought was really cool. And most importantly, I had finished. That's not what I wanted to do. I had finished. I had finished all of Idaho, and the entire state of Idaho, and I had driven just about everywhere, all the states, and done so many jobs. But sadly, the thing that makes me most sad is I had earned all of the achievements in Idaho, and one of the things that I personally wanted to do was to drive every single little road on this map in Idaho, and I did it. I did it. I had it all done. Now there's not, it doesn't look like a lot, but it still was hours and hours of driving to do every single part of that. So it looks like I'm starting over. What I have done is started a new game and done one mission. It's kind of like your mission. It's one delivery. It's kind of like your tutorial. So no matter where you start, I start in Boise, Idaho, because that's about where I live. And so I end up doing a job from Boise. So you can choose where you start. So if I would have started down here in Los Angeles, it would have given me a little tutorial delivery there. But I'm going to start kind of in my home base and go from there. So what this means, however, is that I don't own my own truck. I only have $1,706 in the bank. I'm barely surviving. I'm sort of excited to start over, but sort of really not excited to start over. On a positive, if there is a positive, they have added Iowa, also have Missouri. So if you don't know much about this game, it is about delivering cargo and different things across the country. Eventually, they will have North and South Dakota, and then the rest of the country, which is really exciting. I can't wait. The next big thing that's on the horizon, I think it's November of 2025, is you can choose road trips in cars. And I've seen that there's going to be a special Ford package, which includes like the Ford F-150 Raptor and the Ford Mustang, of course. I'm not sure what what that entails. I'm not sure if there are. I won't play it unless there's objectives. That's how I am. I need to have goals, or it's just driving, right? Which is cool. I love driving, but there's got to be some objectives. So if it's a road trip kind of thing, I imagine you'll have to go see things. Maybe some of the like a road trip, some of the things along the road that would be scenic, right? That totally makes sense to me. So I'm really excited about that because that opens up quite a bit. Just for people who aren't into trucking, but they want to drive in realistic locations. All right, so I am going to do a quick job here to show you how this works. So I am in Boise. I've opened up Nampa. That's why that's a big circle, just because I've been there. That's it. So I'm looking for a job. I can only do quick jobs right now because I am basically working for other people. I'm just a driver. That's it. I don't have my own truck. Um, I'm borrowing these trucks. So I am in Boise. So let's do a search for Boise, and then that'll bring up jobs that start in Boise, and then I can do it by price. I can sort it by destination, route length, etc. But of course, money right now is what matters. I've got to earn some. So looks like this one I would make $5,421 by driving from Boise to Idaho Falls. They are expecting delivery on Monday between 4 and 11 p.m. and the offer expires in 4 hours. So I will take that job. So I'll select it, go down to take job. Shows me on the map where exactly I will be going. And I can't believe I'm redriving places I've been. That's okay. So we'll hope. I'm listening to the music in the game, and it's kind of getting, it sounded like it was getting kind of stuck in loops. So with my graphic card problem, I am still watching. I'm probably a little bit nervous about that just crashing right in the middle of a game. Hopefully not. It's been so long since I played that I had to write down on a piece of paper right here some of the keys, just so I remember that 2 will change my view. That is a red truck. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then back to 1 again. I like third-person view. It just allows you to see so much, but once in a while I do just switch to in the truck. That's fine. So, and then F2 turns on my mirrors. If I'm going to be outside like this, I need those mirrors to be visible. So, all right. So here we go. Monday, 4:17 p.m. Oh, and if I want to, job information is F6. So that tells me right here, if you're looking at this, I'm taking sawdust panels, 36,460 pounds of them, to Idaho Falls to a company called Siva, and they want it by Monday, 4:30 p.m. Now, it's already 4:18 p.m., so I need to get there before 11. It's a 4-hour trip. So what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got about 3 hours of leeway. Should be just fine. You also have to pay attention to those little icons there, which I don't think you can see. No, you can't. Sorry. My big ugly head's in the way. So let's switch that and go back to there. And it looks like you can't see the full screen anyway. Let's see. Why is that? It is not capturing the entire screen, and that is important. So it is cutting out. So what I need to do is change. So part of the issue, yeah, sorry, you're behind the scenes here. TV, turn that off. Part of the issue is when I refreshed my computer, I had to reinstall all this software, and now I'm back. So my my resolution's wrong or something. So I'm trying to think this through. I love this kind of stuff. I like these problems, but There's something about the video that might be resolution, but doesn't look like it. Aspect ratio, that does matter here. 16:9 aspect ratio. But I am not getting the full screen. So, where do I change that? Great question. Appearance. Nope. So, you think it would be resolution. And this is the kind of thing, I did have to change it to MPEG, the MP4, because it defaulted to something else, and that does not upload, does not work in my software. So I use OBS Studio, which is free. That's what this is, and that'll do a screen capture. So if you want to do this yourself on a PC, OBS Studio is free. You can download it, get this all set up like this. Not that difficult. I have not had this problem before with it not being the right scale. I'm trying to think this through. Why? Looks like maybe I can just shrink this down to fit. I could probably also right click and make fit. That's what I'm thinking. But stretch fit to screen. Bam. There we go, Mr. Johns. Is that it? Yes. Yes. Okay. So love those little things there. Tech teacher, so computer science teacher. I love that kind of stuff. So my fat ugly face was blocking the screen. Whoop, let's not do that. I wanted to move this. The screen that I wanted to show you. That information right there. It's almost still not. I can just put myself up there. Hello, I'm up here now. So there we go. Okay, so that's fine. Just blocks some of my mirror. The information that's important is down below, and that shows me information about the job. I can also switch between F5, which is maps. I use that. That's what I keep on most often. But F6, just switch over if you're not really sure. But I need to go because the job has started. Once you accept the job, the clock starts ticking, and then what we're going to do is use that map. It's our GPS. And I'm glad I moved my face anyway because it would have blocked the map. So what I should do is move myself to the lower left corner. So left, right, left, and then go if it's clear. I need to be in the lane that goes straight, so middle or right. Railroad crossing, not flashing, so I can continue, do not have to stop. And I'm turning right up here, so my blinker is on. Okay, I need to figure out what my key is for blinker. I used to have that set up, but let's just say blink, blink, blink. It's on. And then we come to a nice smooth stop behind the stop line, not the crosswalk. So the bumper cannot touch the stop line. Beep, right there. And then because I'm in front, when the light turns green, I need to do a left, right, left. And that's what I do to make sure there's nobody running the red light. When I first started driving, that rarely happened. So we're going to go left, right, left, and then go ahead and turn. And now that I've been driving for over 40 years, and people have moved into Idaho like crazy, about 3 cars run the red light every intersection. It's absolutely insane and wrong, but it's what people do now. Coming from other states where that's what they did there, and now that the traffic is so heavy, people are, I don't know, impatient. They don't want to wait for another light. I mean, it is what it is. When there is more traffic, you just might have to wait for another light. It's just, it is what it is for sure. But every time you blow through a red light, you are putting lives at risk, because what color is my light? Green right now, like green. So my light's green, left, right, left, and then go. My light's green, but if you're blowing through your red, I'm in the middle of the intersection when you hit me. Now, if I'm in this big truck, I'm not as vulnerable, but if I'm on a motorcycle, I'm dead. If I'm in a small car, I'm badly injured or dead. Oh, freezing? No, good. So left blinker's on. We're going to slide into the turn lane. Light's red, so we're going to stop here well behind the stop line. I see this big truck coming, so I stopped a little bit further back to help him. He didn't need it, but just that's a good visual. I do that, and people do appreciate that. I do that in real life. People do appreciate that. So blinker's still on. Remember, anytime you're in front at a red light, you have to do that left. You should do that left, right, left. It's not the law. So left, right, left. If I was sitting in my head would turn completely left, right, and then left. So, but I will just say left, right, left, and kind of toggle the joystick a bit so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so my lane ends, so I have to put my blinker on here. So blink, 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 check my mirrors, inside mirror, outside mirror, over my shoulder, go if it's clear. That's a lane change. And then I'm going to get my speed up. This is a freeway on-ramp. And I've got dashed lines, and I've got to do a lane change in those dashed lines. So blinkers on. Again, inside mirror, outside mirror, over my shoulder, go if clear. Just know that I'm not doing that fully as I would do in real life, but I'm explaining it to you. So as I'm driving here, I see we've got rest stops here, and I don't need to. I was about ready to explain that when I had to, I think, dealt with my resolution or my stretched screen. What I was saying was, I'm on the rumble strip. I can feel it. It's cool how I can feel that in my force feedback joystick when I'm on the rumble strip, which is the right side. You can see them right there. That's the rumble strip. It's meant to let you know, hey, you're a little bit too far to the right, or you're falling asleep, or whatever. That's to get your attention. So, all right, let's check my speed. This is a 70-mile-an-hour zone. I'm heading towards Mountain Home. If you know this area, it really does look real. So I am from Idaho, been here for 58 years, and I drive a lot. And I really, really was so surprised when I started playing this game, because it's real. You look up at those foothills where those windmills are, they're there in real life. That is what it looks like. These are the hills going towards Mountain Home. The company did such an amazing job. When I drive in other states in this game, it's still fun, but I don't know. Nothing is familiar to me, so it's not quite as fun in a way. But just once you start driving, a little over my speed limit here, so it's a 70 zone. I need to stay at 70 or below, or close. Okay. Anyway, it's fun because I've driven this route. Maybe 100 times in my life. So I know the trees. I know the river over there, Snake River. I know the houses. All right, so let me talk about settings in this game. One thing that I kept on. I have played with it off before, but that is having to follow the law. So, as a driver's ed teacher, obviously that's something I'm having a hard time staying in my lane. So sorry. It's not that easy. So probably easier if I was in the truck, and I'm talking. But I'll do my best to stay in my lane. And there are, speaking of settings, I did turn off lane keep, where it will force you to stay within the two white lines. So I turned that off. It's a little annoying. It bounces you back and forth. As you can tell, the way I'm driving right now, it would be bouncing me all over the place. So that's one that I turn off. I did turn on cruise control following distance. So if I had it on cruise control right now, if I got too close to a car in front of me, I see a car that is getting on the freeway, but I'm going faster than him. That one right there. So I'm going to stay in my lane and keep going. Normally I would change lanes, but I was not going to interfere with his need to get on the freeway. Um, so the cruise control I have set so it will slow down if I come upon a car going much slower than me. And that's real technology. More modern cars have that. One of mine has that. My wife's car. My Mustang does not have that. It's too old, and it's only a 2016. But newer cars have all those technologies that make it safer for us on the road. So, 77. That is speeding. So let me slow it off. So speaking of, so I did play this for a while. I did a whole video series. Oh, maybe last year, when I was doing nothing but coming home from work and playing this game for hours. And I was, I don't even remember how to do cruise control, by the way. This has literally been 6 months or so since I played, and I don't have that written down. I'll need to look that up, because cruise control is really nice. Because if I keep speeding or going under, I could just set it at 70 and it would drive 70 for me. It's awesome. On the left there you can see that slide, those two slides, red and yellow, those are real. I don't know if it looks that nice. It's somebody just in their field, they just piled some dirt, tried to grow grass on it, or did AstroTurf and did a couple slides. Just an attempt to make a business. And then those pine trees, those trees on the left aren't quite all there, and then they dug a big pond, and they used to do jet skis. I don't think it ever took off. So, by the way, Pocatello is only 2 miles away. So what they've done is this game, they've done a great job. They've compressed the distance. So I'm not actually driving to Idaho Falls. Going back to settings, Salt Lake right lane. So I will probably need to be left lane. So you have to pay attention, even if you're talking like to someone in your car. You're the driver. Your job is to pay attention to where I'm supposed to go. So I don't have to be in the left lane because it says to stay left. So I'm just going to stay left. Excuse me. So I didn't go right. That goes to Salt Lake City. Right, left lane's for passing. So I'm a big truck. I'm going to try to not be in that fast lane. One of the settings that I was talking about was the police, and I turned it off for about a week or two, and I just went crazy. Ran every red light, ran every stop sign, got in a lot of crashes, just went as fast as I could go, rest area 1 mile. And it was fun. It's not the way I prefer to drive, but man, you can get a lot done faster. So on occasion I may turn that off, but right now I'm on I'm following the laws as well as I can. Now, I didn't need that rest stop because I have two things in my head. I have ADHD, by the way, so I just spew stuff. So, excuse me. Have a hard time focusing. So, a couple things. One, okay, let me focus on rest stops. I look at the icons in the map in the lower right, and the bed has blue on the legs. The higher the blue goes up, the more tired I am. So I don't need to sleep. I just left not too long ago. Okay, and then I've got fuel, which is the yellow, and as soon as the yellow goes down, I will need to fill up gas. Okay, also shows the icon of the truck. Shows that I have no damage to it. If I crash into something, it will show up on that icon. And then to the left of that is my gearing. I am in 18th gear, automatic. So far right is an envelope, some kind of message, email, text, or something that I'll check later. And then the other thing I was going to say is when I played this before and I wanted to drive every Idaho road, that meant I had to go into every rest stop. And every exit, like right here, I had to go, whoops, stay in your lane, Mr. Johns. I had to get off the freeway and get back on the freeway. So I literally drove every road available in this game on this map. All right, I'm going to do a left lane change here to let those guys come on. I know I kind of squeezed in between two cars, but the following distance needs to be 3 seconds. Let me talk about following distance. And so behind this white car, I'll pick something that doesn't move, like this sign: 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4. So I'm about 4 seconds behind him. So when he passed the sign, I started counting. When I got to the sign, I stopped counting. And it says stay. Oh boy. Okay. Bad Mr. Johns. Bad Mr. Johns. Sorry, I was talking and distracted. By the way, this game really does. I mean, it shows you, if you were just playing it and not talking and doing a video, probably not a problem. But try sitting next to a buddy and, having a snack. Okay, right blinker. I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to merge onto the freeway going this way now. It's interesting to merge on the opposite side. And I'm going to go ahead and keep my blinker on and check my mirrors and slide over to the right side. Get my speed. I'm going 65 into 70. But this game shows even 40 plus years of driving and 30 plus, I don't know how many years of driver's ed. A lot. This really shows sometimes I'm a little distracted doing different things, and I'll I missed my exit, and I shouldn't have. You should just go to the next exit, honestly. That would be the lesson. But in the game, I just plowed over some. I just quickly signaled and I don't even know if I signaled. I just plowed over the little milepost markers and made my turn. So don't do that. Don't do that in real life. Not good. So, but I should know better, because Idaho Falls is to the left at that split. Pocatello to the right, Idaho Falls to the left. Just wasn't paying attention. Love that building. Don't know what that one is in real life. Hey, do you remember that? See that tank? I remember when I was younger, you drive this direction, those tanks up there, and I'm gonna turn. By the way, turning here, according to my GPS, I am getting off. One thing that's a little. So I remember seeing that tank. That's what I was talking about, and it was really cool. And it's in the game, which is great. There's a Love's gas station. This is Idaho Falls. You recognize there's the round hotel in the distance, the water tower. Okay, complete stop. Do my left, right, left. Boom, boom, boom. So that's my left, right, left. And I'm turning right. Try to keep my big old truck in my lane here. And don't worry about going across those yellows if there's no car there. So there's a Shell gas station. Let's see, checking my GPS. I'm going straight for 3 miles. Okay, so I'm almost there, and doing great for time. So I have 2 mods installed, and one mod is I can decorate my trucks once I own a truck again in Coca-Cola. To make it look like a Coca-Cola delivery. I just like the looks of it. It's kind of classic, right? There are others, and I'll show you on another video. There are other paint schemes that you can do. But again, I don't own my own truck yet, so I can't do that yet. The other mod, which is my it's 55 mile an hour zone. I'm going 37. So let's get our speed up. Speaking of distracted, it's great multitasking practice, by the way. This game. If you're talking to someone or doing something else at the same time, it really shows you. I mean, try to text. If I pulled out my phone right now, I'm turning left here, by the way. Blink, 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 blink. There's a 40 mile an hour, and that road ends right there. So I'm turning here. Try not to hit that sign. That was pretty close. Try to text and play this game at the same time. You can't. I mean, you should pull over. And that is such an accurate thing. And then people get in a real car. It's 3,000 pounds, and they go 50, 60 miles an hour, and they text, and they think they can do it. Unbelievable. So I am almost to my destination, and that's where we'll end this video. Super excited that the game is working, that I'm back in the saddle again, back in the seat. Just trying to make, there I am, just trying to make some money, trying to make a living, trying to start my career. And once I earn enough, I'll buy my own truck, and then I can, it opens up quite a bit more opportunities, and then I get paid more. So right now I'm just getting paid just a little bit as a contractor. I'm going to take that outside lane. In a car, you want to go to the inside lane, closest lane to you. That's the law, by the way. And I think that, I mean, the trucks have to do it too, but this thing is 52 feet long. And I'm turning right here. So I would hope that police would give them a little bit of leeway, because these are not easy to maneuver around. So, okay, we're going to come right up to the gate and stop right on that rectangle, on that square, and then press the following key. So you have a choice when you finish a job in this game whether you want to do a difficult parking and get experience points, a medium one and get a lot less experience points, or just let them do it for you. And I've done all, but I try to get those experience points, especially now that I'm starting over. So what I'm going to do is, and they're difficult. You have to squeeze between vehicles or trailers or something and back in, and it's not easy, and this will probably be embarrassing. I'll embarrass myself here. But for one, I'm looking for, it must be around that. Oh, let me look at the, no, I don't want to hit A. There we go. I'm looking for that map. I think I can zoom in. That didn't really help. Trying to get a better view. That's not helping. So I'm hoping that it'll want me to back in, because before I get my nose down in there, I'm trying to find where they want me to park it. Oh, it was right past the gate. Okay, I see it. It's right there. So I'm assuming I'm backing in, and wow, look at that, up a ramp right next to the wall. So I'm going to poke that back end towards the gate first. Not too much, because I can't miss the ramp. And what I'm looking at is the bigger rectangle is where the trailer goes, so that's how I know the gate just opened, but I'm not leaving yet. That's how I knew that they wanted me to back in. So, I mean, truckers have to do this all the time, so mad respect for those guys. Okay, now I'm going to try to really crank it, but I can't jackknife my cab. And what I'm trying to do is, now I don't want to overshoot it also. And I'll probably hit the wall, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to re-line it up, and of course there's stuff here, of course. That's why you get the experience points. Now carefully back up and see which direction your truck goes. Now this is all different if you're doing it this way. This is what it looks like when you're really doing it for real. So you're only looking at those mirrors, and everything is different. So I'm trying not to say much because I don't want to confuse you, because the way you back in from this view, totally different. So I'm not telling you which way I need to turn my wheels or any of that, because that's not how I would teach it in driver's ed. So, all right, let's just get this guy. Let's see. I need to get him. No, cranked. Yep. And then the other way. There we go. Oh, except for that trailer's not quite lined up, but it's all right. It's okay. Oh, I have to clear that wall. Just trying to get that to. I could have done better, but I'm almost there. They have to turn green. Oh, it's close. Oh no, you're not going to give me that? No, come on. Usually they will let you I guess, but truthfully, that trailer was not in the rectangle. Dang, man. They're picky here. They want their trailer right where it should go. Now, what I do is turn my wheels and I just gently tap and I see how it reacts. And I do the same thing when I'm really backing something in. Don't stomp on it and just think you got it figured out. You just want to be delicate. Ideally, you can back straight in, but okay, let's see here. It's close. No, other way, other way. Yeah, what I'm doing is watching the back end of my trailer. This is going to be a little up a bump right here, but it is close. Oh, look at that green. Now, what's interesting, they don't care about the cab because I'm leaving. So I can just drop off the trailer here. So it doesn't matter so much where my truck was. It's the trailer. They need to be able to access it. So here we go, 241 miles from Boise to Idaho Falls. Time taken, 4 hours and 17 minutes. That would be real driving time, and that's what it takes to drive there. I think I've done it 3.5-ish hours to 4. 50 gallons of fuel, and I earned $5,400, 388 experience, also 90 experience for parking the trailer that I just did. Well worth it. And you can see I am a level 1. I think I was level 40 before, and my goal was to keep playing until I was really experienced driver. But man, I'm starting over. So, but that's what I have to do. And then you get skill points, and I have to start over here too. So the more skill points you have, the more delivery types you are awarded with. So, do you want to be more based on saving gas, being fast, delivering fragile cargo or high value cargo? I like those. Those are fun. Long distance ones. So I can't go far. And it shows you right there. I can only go up to 400 miles. I'm not going to get these big jobs until I can be up to rank 2 is 650. Rank 3, then I get 15% higher reward, and it goes up from there. So, I changed. That's why I was lost. I was looking for the distance. 1,000 miles is 3. Oh, there we go. I can go down here from here. 1,600 mile trips are 4. 2,500 mile trips are 5. And rank 6 is deliver anywhere. Now that's really my goal, is to be able to go anywhere I want. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my 1 skill point to that, because that's my goal, is to drive across the country and do the big, long trips. And I did a few videos where I did it in actual time. You can change that compressed, sped up setting so that if you want to drive a 10-hour trip and make it last 10 hours, where you have to pull over and go use the restroom and go get lunch and stuff, you can play it that way. And I'll probably do one in the future. And I think I did like a 3-hour job, and I have a 3-hour video. So with a 10-hour job, I probably would compress the video and speed it up. So that's brutal for the viewers, absolutely. But it's out there, and that's how it works. So now if we go back to the world map, you will see that I have yellow lines because I've gone from Boise to Pocatello. So that's how the game works. Super fun. Thanks for joining me today. Come back and drive with me again as I continue to explore the country and get better at driving these big trucks. So thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time. For now, Mr. Johns is